Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, we're here to talk about All-American Homecoming Season 1, Episode 6, called
Family Affair.
Family Affair. I'm going to let Annie go first on what you liked about this episode. I just wanted to say, start off this video by saying, guys, I'm sorry about yesterday, how I didn't get this video up. I was just super busy yesterday, and I didn't get the chance to post our spoiler review.
We had a lot of family stuff going on yesterday.
Yeah, we had a lot of family stuff going down. I was cleaning up yesterday, but we're here. We're here to talk about it. I'm going to let Annie go first, as usual, on what she liked first about this episode. Annie, what'd you like about this episode?
I was glad that Simone got to see Baby Shay, because she didn't see him as often because she's at school.
Mm-hmm.
And his parent, the people that adopted him, they were going to a wedding near Brankston, so they took Baby Shay to go see Simone.
Yeah, which was cool. It was nice that, she, going back on what you said, that she was able to see Baby Shay, spend some time with Baby Shay, Baby Shay's adopted parents went to go to the wedding. And it's cool because Simone actually got to watch Baby Shay because of the babysitter canceled, which I thought was cool. That she was able to watch Baby Shay and really spend some time with Baby Shay because, again, like you said, doesn't really get to see Baby Shay at all.
And
so
she's his mom, so.
Yeah, so I liked that. What else did you like about the episode?
How, Damon wanted to fix his friendship with her because after what he's in the blackout, just, mess with her because she's like, moms are crappy when they give the risk for adoption. That hit her hard because she's the same thing with Baby Shay.
Yeah, I liked how we did start off this episode, how we really got to see Simone. It was really getting to her. She had the timer on her phone and she was setting it. She was doing some sets and stuff. She was working out, trying to pretty much, that was a way of her, coping with the fact that, she was letting out all of her anger on the fact that, she wished she would have told Damon sooner, or, how she wished that she didn't, I don't think she wished she didn't get involved, but she wished she would have told Damon sooner because she kept it secret from Damon. And I really liked how, she was letting out all the anger, and, that was what was going through her head, that, and we do see Damon coming across her in, it's the workout room.
Yeah.
And, he, she tries to say, hey, Damon, look, I said, I'm sorry, it's been a week. And I was like, damn, it's been a week? He hasn't talked to her. He said, she said, is that, it's been, it's been a week since we've talked. Are you done with the, Simone Hicks silent treatment? You actually gonna, talk to me? So I was like, dang, it's been a week and he hasn't even spoke to her. He really took it seriously. And I knew, of course, they would, he would try things would get, be fixed in this episode. I didn't think it was going to, keep going for the rest of the season, but it was nice to see him wanting to, mend the fences and, them, not let one argument get the best of him having a family at Brankston. I thought that was good. So.
And when he went to go fix it, he was one that Baby Shay to, calm down. I feel like...
Yeah, that was cool.
He's a baby whisperer, like you and Michael are.
Yeah. I did like that. I thought that was cool. And because I even told anyone that, when... Yeah,
you said he's going to be one that...
He's going to be the one to calm Baby Shay down when he came to the door. And I love how someone's like, look, if you're going to hear the yell at me, I'm already, busy right now dealing with this or whatever, so... I was just happy that, he forgave Simone and says, look, I don't want one thing to, mess up our friendship, you know what I mean? We're family, you know what I mean? So I thought that was cool that they just mended the fences and it didn't last for the rest of the season. Along with, another thing I liked about this episode was we saw, what's his face? JR, he, quit the team. Which we saw that in the previous episode. We knew that he was going to, quit the team.
He went to go home. He went home for a little bit.
Yeah, and little did he know to find out when he came home, because they didn't know he was coming home, that they were selling the house. Which was very tough to see, to JR to walk into and say, you're selling the house, and you guys just,
told me you're getting divorced.
Yeah, and you guys are already selling the house. Are you guys not even going to try to make this work? And his mother was like, look, we fell out of love, there's, you know what I mean? It happens or whatever. And that was sad to see that, and sad to see so much is changing in JR's life. Along with, earlier in the episode when, he just said he couldn't forgive Simone earlier in the episode, Damon, JR was like, look, that's not fair to Simone. It's not her fault what happens. And he's like, I'm not speaking to you either and stuff like that. And just... everything was just a mess in this episode, and it was the aftermath of the whole blackout, which, I'm just happy things got fixed. Because well, JR quit. Damon's new catcher is what was his name? It was
I don't remember.
I always forget people's names in the show. I don't know because it's probably still a new show and I just can't, like, sometimes like I forget people's names, or it might just take some time. But his name is Santiago. He's the new catcher that was for the team. Took JR's place because he figured that catchers are more in demand, I guess. So he wants to be able to see his father, and and the only way they do that is I guess he's a more high in demand, I guess, to get drafted in the major leagues and stuff. And that's what I understood about it, and that's why he went after JR's position. So, and we see them, of course, not get along, him and Damon.
At first.
Yeah, and it took them what was it?
I don't know.
It was like it was like they had a banquet or something. It was
for junior,
junior associate, like junior league association,
I think.
Whatever. It was some banquet that they had that Marcus made them volunteer for because they weren't getting along, and he said this is a perfect opportunity for you guys to get along. I'm putting you guys up to volunteer at the banquet, and I thought that was a good idea. It was clever that Marcus thought of that and said, you know what, I'm choosing you guys. You guys need to get along. This is a perfect opportunity. And they learn more about each other, and of course, Damon is still taking hard when again, I can't believe it. Santiago, geez. And when Santiago, I guess, was saying, like, oh, do you know where your father is, or whatever, he's like, no, of course he doesn't. But of course, him and Santiago aren't friends like that he would know about how Damon doesn't know who his biological parents are and stuff like that. So it kind of like they got close. They had some good chemistry, because I mean, if JR doesn't come back, they need that. They need to have that chemistry if they're going to make things work, which they did because they won their first game, which I thought was cool. I guess I don't know if it was their first game in general or if it was just their first game with Santiago. I think that was it, and they won their first game because we saw their previous games, I think. Or was this just a scrimmage game? Or was this their first game? I think it was their first game.
I think it was a scrimmage.
Was it a scrimmage?
Because Marcus said in the first, he said it in the beginning.
Yeah. Is it a scrimmage or was it their first game?
It was a scrimmage.
Okay, well then they did good for the first scrimmage. But I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. I want to know what you guys think. If you guys think, is JR going to come back? I think he will because, what was it? JR's father got on JR for quitting the baseball team, saying, I didn't, me and your, my father, worked very, very hard for you to get where you are. And it was in the generations for us to play baseball. And I didn't know, I raised a quitter or whatever, which was tough to hear that. But I was like, he could just reverse that and said that, well, you're quitting on your marriage or whatever, and you're giving up, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, he could have said that, but he didn't. Which, I don't know. I mean, will he go back to playing baseball? We don't know. So, I mean, who knows? But what else did you like about the episode, Annie?
Just all the Bichet stuff was just what I liked. It was just, my favorite thing, because it gave Simone more time to, let the Bichet know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
When he's older, ask her questions and stuff. If he has any questions of, why he's adopted and stuff, he can go to somebody. Yeah.
I also liked about this episode, I liked how finally Keisha, is, putting herself out there. She actually won the competition, and she's a background dancer for Normani. I thought that was cool.
She also stood up to her dad.
She did, and she quit, what was it she was doing? She was
pre-med.
Pre-med. She quit pre-med, so that was really cool that, she listened to Cam, and she's actually going for her dreams. But the thing that really sucks about all this is that, she said, I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you, Cam. Is Cam ends up asking her on a date, but he doesn't really do that until Nate pushes Cam into asking Keisha out, saying, look, I don't want you hurting Keisha. This is a little bit more than no strings attached. You guys clearly like each other. I think, you know what I mean? And I don't want, if you hurt Queen, I'm going to have to hurt you. So I loved how, Nate was the one that pushed Cam into asking out, Keisha, so they could just stop with all the bullcrap and actually start dating because they clearly like each other.
And she stood him up.
Yeah, which was messed up. I was like, really? You're really, break. I don't know. I feel like also the reason that she stood him up is also because that of what Keisha's father said when Keisha admitted, told, her father that she was quitting, pre-med and she wanted to become a dancer. And he said, oh, this is not what me and your mother wanted for you. She would be disappointed. I think that's what made her not when, she was maybe angry at Cam because Cam convinced her to tell her father. So I feel like maybe that is why she stood him up. Which is stupid because, Cam was only, was trying to get you to follow your dreams. And that was never his decision to make. You made that decision. You know what I mean? He just pushed you to do it because that's what you need to do if you want to achieve your dreams. So I don't know if that's the reason. That's stupid, but I can understand, I guess, why she did that, if that's why she stood him up. I just think that's messed up because he put himself out there saying, I want to take you out because Nate pushed him to, and she stood him up. I thought that was messed up. And also, Nate's hair in this episode was cool. I liked how it was pink. It looked good.
I liked it. And
it was good.
And it went back to normal. I didn't like how it went back to normal, but
Did it in the next week? It's going to go back to normal?
It was...
Was it back to normal by the end of it? Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know this.
It was pink in the beginning, and then, later on, it was back to normal.
At the end of this episode,
we see... JR told Damon he wanted to take a DNA test to see if they're actually brothers.
Which I think is great. I think that's... That was weird. I think that's great that they're cutting out all the lying and they're just going to go do it. Because clearly we heard when JR's father and mother were getting into it, they were like, oh, don't you give up on your son like you gave up on me.
Yeah.
And he's like, what, Mom, what do you mean by that? And she's like, oh, nothing. And I was like, okay, you're clearly hiding something here. Is it the fact that... I just want things to speed up and but I feel like once they do the DNA test, that's when JR's mother and father will come out about whatever is going on. And, also, I felt bad for Damon's mom because we do get the moment where, Damon tells his mother...
Yeah, he tells his mom he wants to know his birth parents. Or she's like, I don't want to help you because she's like, I can't have that. It's not that I don't want to. It's a private adoption, and your dad... And she was telling Damon how his dad has Alzheimer's and his dad can give him the information that he needs. Yeah,
his dad has Alzheimer's, and I guess the only thing he did remember was that his Damon's biological parents went to Brixton. That was about it. He doesn't remember, he really can't give anything else because, again, it was a private adoption and he has Alzheimer's, so he doesn't remember who his biological parents are. Which, again, is a good plot line on the fact of, why don't you just, you know what I mean? It was a kind of way that, okay, we're going to have to learn, this is a good way to, it wouldn't be so easy to be like, oh, your biological parents are these people. So it's a good plot line to be like, okay, he can't depend on his father to give him that information. The only information he knew is that his biological parents went to Brixton, and that's why he wanted to go to Brixton. I thought that was cool and clever that they decided to go with that story. Also, I think I asked in my past spoiler review, I asked you guys, oh, do we know if, Damon's mother is, is not married? I didn't know, but we clearly know now that she is married and her husband has Alzheimer's. So we do know now that she is married. So I'm just excited to see how everything is going to go going forward. Next week's episode is definitely going to be interesting, especially because we're getting Thea back in next week's episode because she wasn't in this episode. Which I noticed that earlier in the episode. I was like, okay, I'm like, something is missing. And I was like, Thea's not here. I was like, she's not here. So it's going to be cool seeing Thea next week because it looks like her and Simone are getting along a little bit more. So I'm excited for that. But yeah, guys, that was pretty much the episode, really.
Also, I want to know, is Simone still living with Nate or not?
Yeah, I don't know. I assumed,
because
I don't know.
When Simone opened the door, I saw... her name on the door, and I also saw Nate's name, so I didn't know if she was still in with Nate or not.
I don't know, because after the whole debacle with that girl getting mad at Nate, I don't know. I don't know if she's still living there or not. Let us know. I think she is, because that's where the crib was all set up, so I'm assuming that's where she is still living, for baby Shay. And also, I'm pretty sure, I guess, but she wanted to have the baby there. I guess, I don't know. I guess she flipped back and forth, oh, let's go see Amara, let's be there. Oh, let's go back to, my dorm room, let's be, you know what I mean? So I guess it was both.
Yeah.
But she lives with Nate still, I guess. But Also, the other thing I liked is that we got more understanding of, like, Simone's mother comes into play in this episode. And, you know, we get a little bit more information on, I guess, how Simone's mother, I guess, dropped out of, out of...
Harvard Law.
Of Harvard Law because, I guess...
she wanted, Amara to be able to go to Princeton because her dad died and they had to sell his estate and...
Yeah. And, like, I guess that they... Like, I guess, Simone's mother kept that secret all those years from Amara, and, like, I guess that then says, like, oh, like, there was a rift between us, and it's because of this one reason, I guess. Is that why you always got on me about things? Is because you sacrificed your career for my career, and that's why you, like, and that's why you, told me, is that why you told Marcus that he wasn't good enough for me, too? You know what I mean? Like, you always got heavily involved in my life and kept judging me and kept trying to tell me what to do. And like, Simone takes that very hard because Simone's mother really never, you know, believed in her dreams and believed in what she wanted to do, and that's why it took it hard, but they mended the fences at the end of this episode, and she's like, I want to try.
Her mom wanted her to go to Stanford.
Yeah, initially, yeah. But she's like, this place is actually the perfect place for you, and I was wrong about this, and she actually wanted to try and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I'm happy that things are good, and she wants to try to be a good mother and try to support Simone. But that was messed up when she tried bribing Simone to take pictures, I guess, for this one person doing a background. Like, it's like a, what was it? Like a
magazine article.
Yeah, a magazine article about, you know, her mother making a comeback or something. I don't know, but it was just a really interesting episode, and I'm excited to hear again what you have to say down in the comments below about this episode, guys. Again, here, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put in notifications, like this video. I'd love to have you guys here, a part of the family, part of this channel, while the best spreading love, positivity, and motivation. And guys, we are almost, again, to 500 subscribers. Literally, we are almost there. So yet again, if you're new here, I would just love it again if you come join the fam. Guys, also, if this video feels weird, I'm sorry about that. Literally, we, like, spent a couple of hours trying to figure out a place to film because our little brother Mason was crying, and we just could not figure out a place to film. It's windy as hell outside right now. We tried doing it out there. It didn't work. We tried, waiting for him to stop crying. He didn't do that until just now, until we're doing this video. So if it does feel weird, it's because, we're kind of stressed out right now because it took us forever trying to find a place to film after us watching it. But I hope, again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll make it a lot better next time, hopefully, depending on if he's upset or not, Mason. I don't know. But, again, I just hope that this video was fine for you guys. Yet again, I'm sorry that we didn't post it yesterday because, again, we just didn't have enough time to do it. But I do hope you enjoyed the video, and again, I want to know what your thoughts and theories are about this season, for the rest of the season, and what your thoughts are on this episode, and let me know what your thoughts are and what you guys are excited to see in next week's episode. So, yeah, just let me know, guys, and yeah, that was the video. I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.